Folks, welcome in. It's Trainwreck 28, Monday, November 10th. And hey, when the cat's away, the mice will play. And that's why I'm here sitting at our guy Maniac's desk. We got Mike Bunt in the studio. Give it up for him, his debut on the show. But without further ado, let's bring in our guys. They're remote. They're down in Miami. We need to check in. Slick and Maniac, how we doing, fellas?
I mean, as well as you can be doing on this misery Monday, just trying to enjoy the sun. I don't mean to, brag in front of our, Western New York listener and fan base, but yeah, we got beautiful 85-degree weather here today. Sun is shining. The city's, a buzz still, after obviously what was a big Sunday. So not a lot of Dolphins paraphernalia today, as much as you might expect, but yes, it's not exactly where you want to be now.
All the Dolphins fans left town because they're not from here anyway. And just some Bills on Misery Monday, like Maniac was saying. Got to soak this all up in while we can. Just enjoy the South Beach for a minute, the beautiful white sand, because I'm seeing a different type of beautiful white on the ground at home that I'm not exactly excited to get back to, especially after that Bills performance yesterday, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's got to be a mixed bag being in Miami right now. You're like, you got the beautiful weather, so that gives you some positivity, but it feels like you're like at the scene of a crime still. I'd be like, do I want to get out of here as soon as possible or make the best of it? And speaking of heat, the chat's already bringing lots of heat.
Yeah, I saw this.
Lots of heat coming in. Fire McBean, Fire McDermott, and Bean. Don, where's the stats guy? I don't know if he's talking about me. But I'm not at my normal desk. I'm taking over Maniac's desk. So I'm gonna get the chat scrolling. So yeah, hop in here. Let's get as many.
Yeah, people are talking. There's no doubt about it, and it seems like Bunt, with all due respect to Drew Barrymore and Jimmy Fallon, this Fire McBean talk has reached a sort of fever pitch at this point.
I mean, at this point, it has to be a discussion. They're 6-3. They're about to lose the division to the New England Patriots. The offense can't complete a basic pass at this point in time. So, honestly, if they don't make a run in the playoffs, I think you have to have a discussion about moving on. Because how is it going to get better? We've been dealing with this for years. They need to get to this next level, and I don't know if they're going to do it the way they're currently constructed.
Sean Austin says fraud franchise. Bean has to go. All caps on the has. I think, this is where I'm at. Everyone's like fever pitch on this right now. And I get it because this is such a disgraceful loss. But like if the Dolphins are committing to McDaniel for the rest of the season, why the hell should the Bills just fire McDermott right now? Or Brandon
fans just want a response. Now, again, whether they were going to – if there's any firing of McDermott or being taking place, it's not going to be taking place until after the season.
That's what
1,000%. Right. But, yeah, I mean, I think there's just – people are looking for accountability. And I think part of it is the frustration that a lot of fans – if you ask any Bills fan before the season, what are their two, most troublesome areas – it would probably have been the safety position and wide receiver. But I think that was just the take before the season. So far, the biggest plague on them through this regular season has been wide receivers not getting open, and at times the safety position not being able to play well, whether it's in support or coverage. So it's just tough, and I think that leads to the extra fan frustration.
Yeah, and I mean, if we're looking for a finger to point, there's plenty of, I got 10 of them, so there's plenty of fingers I can point around. Yeah, the coaching, but we got to address the elephant in the room. Josh Allen. I mean, not two terrible turnovers. The pick, just trying to force a ball in. There's one touchdown taken off the board right there. And then the fumble. And here's my hot take on the fumble. Everyone is like, oh, he should have gone down. He should have gone down. But if you think about any other player, wide receiver, running back trying to make a play, they run through tackles all the time. It wasn't even a punch. The guy just grabbed his arm to tackle him, and he fumbled the ball. It wasn't a hard punch out or anything. I'm not mad about him trying to get the extra yards. Just hold on to the damn ball, especially in that situation. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, the tough thing with Allen is he's the only reason why the Bills are great to begin with. So I feel like a lot of the fan base doesn't want to be critical of him because they know without him we're nothing. But there is some legitimacy to it. Yes, the Bills receivers are good. Yes, Joe Brady needs to call better games, but Allen also has to play within the scheme and the philosophy. And there's a lot of things that he doesn't do great in it. He doesn't often take the easy button throws. Those turnovers were very costly yesterday, even if the offense was struggling to move the ball. I'll put like maybe 10% of this on Josh Allen. I really do believe they need to build a team properly around him. But still, if they're going to have what they have on offense, he needs to do his job at a higher level than what he has the last month.
Like, right. I get it. I get that Achane went off. I get that Waddle went off eventually. But just looking back at yesterday, and I'll still digest it more, I kind of have a tough time blaming the defense for the most part. Like, sure, they hit the one big splash play to Waddle, which was about a 40-yard touchdown. Besides that, he had 45 yards. Achane obviously had a day. But when I think about it, you just have to play complementary football in the NFL. And yesterday, it cannot be stressed enough that you were getting virtually nothing out of your offense, especially in the first half. You weren't getting like lengthy drives that ended up nothing. You were getting basically quick 3-and-outs, 5-and-outs, things like that had to put the defense right back out there. So, and a defense that obviously lost depth early. So, if I'm part of it. I think it was really a team loss. There were junctures of the game where everybody on the team played bad. But I'm just surprised to see it kind of zeroed in on like a couple people slick.
Yeah, especially I don't even think that fumble was really like what sealed the deal. It was when we had that chance coming back and Josh just throws the bad interception right in the end zone. Knox nowhere near that ball. I don't know if that was a miscommunication on the route wise or he just flat out missed him. But I want to get into these comments, Don, if you don't mind, because I just thought
Sean Austin's going on a heater.
Absolutely insane. If you want to,
this one
we had the live chat up there too. But yeah, highlight this one because this is crazy. Josh is on the descend. Trade him to Arizona for 3 first-round picks, and let's get a new regime. Start anew. That makes no sense. Can't stand Josh's 1,000-yard stare after games. Diggs was clearly the leader on this team and was probably sick of Josh being laissez-faire.
I respect Sean Austin jumping in the chat, but I think if you were to nuclear meltdown the Bills franchise right now, the only piece that you have remaining at the end of the day is Joshua Patrick Allen.
Yeah, he goes, would you rather have 6 first-round picks in cap space in the future or descending Josh Allen? A descending Josh Allen. Who the hell's to say that we have a quarterback? Like, everyone's been talking about how much this college was it Mendez in Albany that was saying the class sucks? I forget who it was on our crash out.
Yep, that was Mendez from Albany.
Yeah, so
and checking in.
I'd much rather have Josh Allen than the picks right now, and it seems like Brandon Beane wants to hang on to these picks anyway. So I really don't know what the hell's going on there.
Checking in with Insta, we have other people firing back. Take Josh off this roster, and this team is awful. Can't be Superman forever.
Yeah,
you were kind of saying, yeah.
Well, I mean, the tough part about it was why were the Bills losing games a couple years ago when they started 6-6? They didn't take care of the ball. They threw too many interceptions, and a lot of people said Josh didn't have any easy buttons. So their natural response was let's build a running game. Let's try to be more efficient. And last year led to a 13-4 season, and they were within of going to a Super Bowl. The problem is last year made them double down on that approach. They thought that was the answer, and now teams have figured them out. If you can stop the run game, you can shut down this entire offense. And I think if there's an easy fix in the offseason, you have to go back to what you were doing before. You have to add more chances to this offense. You have to add better receivers. And that's the only way they're going to be able to open up the passing game. And if Josh throws 17, 18 interceptions next year, it would stink. But you almost have to take that if you want Josh Allen to be the best version of himself. Because right now, the only way they're scoring is on 6-7 minute drives. They can't do anything quick.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, and
But do you think Josh Palmer offers any respite in that? Because that's basically the only reinforcement this offense has coming. I mean, at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to go sign someone off the street. Cole Beasley isn't coming and getting open, for 15-yard outs anymore. Could Palmer – I mean, and by the way, that's also relying on everybody else in the offense staying healthy. James Cook, Dalton Kincaid. But could Palmer be the missing piece that, it looks like it's possible?
Yeah, it's going to sound crazy, but you're probably relying on Josh Palmer and Gabe Davis combo to step up for this team later this season. Gabe Davis might be just as important as Josh Palmer just because Josh Allen has that familiarity with him. So it's insane to say this on early November, but if the Bills want to find any passing game, you're probably looking at Josh Palmer and Gabe Davis down the stretch being the guys that open each other.
Yeah, and I know Meerkat's all hyped because Keon's over receiving yards. I think finally hit. But let's be honest, Keon left a lot on his plate. There was a lot that some routes he wasn't on the same page with. Some there was one ball he threw where it's like, this is why we got you. It's a jump up in the air over the guy, battle for the ball. That he was supposed to be that type of guy, and he just can't come up with it. I'm kind of out on Keon. Great guy, love Agent Paul, but I walked away from yesterday's performance not too high on our guy.
But what do you think when you see all the failure? Like, they were definitely trying to hit back shoulders, fades to him, like not a ton, but maybe I'd say like maybe 2 or 3 in the first, second quarters, and then finally they connect on that third quarter one. Are they that far off? Because when he catches that third quarter touchdown, I mean, with all due respect, Keon Coleman looks like an unstoppable NFL wide receiver. But you're obviously not getting the output when you need it on a consistent basis.
Yeah, they are far off. And, yeah, he had a good play. Congrats to Keon getting a touchdown. But he's not a good receiver at this point. He's not a 1. He's not a 2. He's not a 3. He's a 4 at this point.
Yeah,
and he's
agreed.
being asked to be their number 1 outside at the moment. Keon's a guy you draft if you already have a number 1 receiver, and you can slowly develop him, and you hope that in 2-3 years he can become a guy down the line. He's not a guy that you draft with the first pick in the second round and instantly demand him to be the main guy. That's where the whole Keon pick and the way that Beavis put together this roster is really upset me, because I think Keon could actually work out long term, but this is not a team that should have the patience to have a guy like Keon long term. There was other guys available, and the jump balls aren't working, and the back shoulder throws to Keon are just a disaster. How many of those do they even come close to completing? It's half the time the ball's thrown to Keon, you can just automatically put it up as an incompletion, and it's a mess. It's an absolute disaster.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, all the Xavier Worthy people are they're having their day. Because, you trade that pick to Kansas City, and he looks great there. Now, granted, he has a guy like Rashid Rice and Kelsey take some heat off him, but that's kind of the point is when you have multiple guys, takes the pressure off everyone. Yeah, he wasn't great. And then too, let's get into Joe Brady, a guy that doesn't learn from his mistakes. We get cute on 4th and 1 again. Like, we just went through this. What was it with the Falcons game? Where
we got cute, but we also ran the play that worked last week short against the Chiefs, where you do the play action rollout to the running back. They had the running back smothered on that play. So then when Josh looked for the second option, I think it was Kincaid. So I'm totally with you. It was too cute. On 4th and 1, you should be finding a way with such a potent run attack to just get it on the ground. Either that way. And I think the biggest thing on Joe Brady, right, is the predictability. So when he came in fresh after Dorsey, he did have a good variety of plays, getting the running back involved in the passing game and everything like that. But, you see, on 4th and short, when you have such potent weapons, the funnel up is just unacceptable there. Speaking of the weapons, because this kind of gets a lot of topic, and I know we're kind of jumping around, but this is kind of bigger. It's a bigger picture loss, right? Like, this wasn't just a game on the field yesterday. This is the game on the Bills overall in the league. I'm curious what you guys think. Like, when it comes down to, like, the fact that they went out and got Josh Palmer, they drafted Keon Coleman, like we said. Like, we know on record that Keon Coleman was a Josh Allen guy. Like, Josh Allen liked Keon Coleman going into the draft. And I'm not saying here, I want to make this very clear for the clips, that we need to blame Josh Allen in all this. But is it fair to say that Brandon Beane doesn't deserve like 100% of the responsibility for how this roster has ended up, when I think clearly he's probably clued in Josh Allen on any offensive move the last 2 to 3 years?
That's somewhat fair, but at the end of the day, Brandon Beane's the general manager, and he gets the final say. So even if your quarterback has a preference for a type of player, you still have to know what's best for your quarterback, even when your quarterback might not know what's best for himself. And I think one thing that we're kind of learning with this with Josh Allen is that maybe Josh Allen doesn't know what's best for himself and what he needs on an offense, because everybody has been talking about how he needs separators. And the Bills haven't been going in that direction. You think about the entire way of this offense in recent years. It's been about more of an efficiency timing offense where you have to snap it, read the defense, get the ball off quickly, and hit a guy and get yards after the catch. That's not Josh's specialty. And I think a big reason why Josh wanted to go that route was because they kind of saw this too high safety looks and the NFL changing, and they wanted to be ahead of it. But it's clearly not working, and I think now we have 2 years of evidence. But, I mean, how do you fix it? Like, it is what it is at this point. They're not going to be able to magically fix all of this before the end of the season. Like, we're going to have to accept what this is.
Yeah. Okay. Quick. I don't know if you saw the comment.
This is the thing about a misery Monday is that it's not just like a normal loss. Like when you have a misery Monday, the takes start spiraling out of control.
Yeah, this is something
The Bills aren't idiots. They're not
believe
going
I'm
to
reading.
waste their starters injured heading into the playoffs. Joe Brady is a smart guy and knows when to sacrifice a win and when to put everything on the table. It's a smart move by purposely losing 2-17. All right, get that off the screen.
Yeah. No,
It deserved a little screen pop.
I'll give Sean Austin one more screen pop because this is a valid question, I believe.
Mike, you're.
I have the weirdest feeling.
Mike,
I have no reason for any basis of this at all. I'm not saying look on the bright side. I just have the weirdest feeling.
You're Mr. Brightside?
Yeah, I'm not Mr. Brightside. That they're going to win like the next 3. I don't know why, and it's going to make it all the dumber that we laid such like. Now, with that said, if that team that Brett went out there yesterday in Miami is the team we're getting for the rest of the year, yeah, playoffs could be in question, as crazy as that sounds. Because that offense was absolutely neutered, had no shots whatsoever. Defense couldn't get stops when they needed them, and special teams is nothing special at all.
It's tough.
Sean Austin says Kincaid's made of paper mache. I mean, I kind of agree. And two, you saw Kincaid's not in this game. The offense is.
He was the only one catching anything.
Well, it gives someone to give some kind of attention to other than Cook.
I do want to say I never touched on Joe Brady. That offense was way too predictable yesterday. Like the total amount of formations had to be less than 12, maybe 15. It was very see-through, and like you said, it worked in Kansas City. That's not how the NFL works. Things don't necessarily work week to week when guys have all that film on you. Frankly, annoying to watch. Yes,
I can't believe we're asking this question in mid-November right now. But how hurt was Gabe Davis when we signed him? We knew that this guy wasn't even going to be available until like mid-November. I know it was a practice squad signing, and it was one of those veteran practice squad signings, but we need him right now. We literally need Gabe Davis, and we can't get him. So by the way, we need you following along on Herd of Buffalo Network, Trainwreck Sports. Thanks for tuning in on this Trainwreck today.
And by the way, like now it brings to the question, was that activation to the practice squad before the Chiefs just an absolute bluff? Just to get them.
It was almost a morale boost. Like sometimes in Halo, when the Master Chief shows up at a front line, like they get a little pop, they get a little morale boost. Yeah. So that was Gabe Davis, the Master Spartan. Spartan, like that was to infuse the troops.
But like you're right, we do need him. And going in, I mean, the Patriots just did lay an ass whooping on this next team that we're going and getting. Maybe not an ass whooping, but they're still winning games. We're behind.
Yeah, I think, No Blay brings up a good point about Brady's concepts, and I'd be interested to hear about this as we kind of wrap up the Bills talk. I mean, again, you can lament about yesterday's game for probably a week straight, and I'm sure that many will. But Brady's concepts, the thing to me in this tweet or this message from him, it's kind of true. I don't think Joe Brady's concepts are good at getting anybody open up 10 to 15 yards downfield or more, but they're good at getting people open quickly, which was the nice relief because when we had the Ken Dorsey offense, we were going 3 and out. We were throwing the ball down the field, but it was incomplete. When we got the quick hitters, it felt a little bit more reliant, but it's been figured out. Now the league has almost 2 years of film on Joe Brady.
And the one last thing I'll say, I know we're all kind of negative today and everybody is down with this Misery Monday. At the end of the day, there's not many teams that are going to shut down the Bills running. So if you do want to have a reason for confidence, I would say James Cook is going to. And if James Cook is on his game, the Bills' offense is still good enough to where they should be able to score 25 plus a game. So Miami, credit to them, they played very well. They shut down the Bills' run game, and then they made Josh Allen feel a little bit antsy. But he still had 3.5 seconds in the pocket for a throw yesterday. So there are things to be encouraged by. It's just the margins aren't as big as what the Bills used to have. They used to be able to keep in every game. Now they bring a bad game, they can lose to almost any team in the league.
Yeah. And I will say, to steal your Thunder Maniac, Mr. Brightside, I have a little comedic relief. Did we experience the earliest timeout ever taken in NFL football history?
We were off to I can't even tell you what a good start that game was. I was in paradise, like 38 seconds in. You had the false start where they were debating it for a long time and they called it on Miami. Then you had the timeout. Oh my God, everything was going literally according to plan. Tua tosses up a fair catch on the first drive. Like literally everything was going just to the script. And then what happened was something that literally no analyst on the face of the planet could have predicted. And it was misery.
And also that was all capped off too. As we were coming into the tunnel, Hard Rock was trying to get the Let's Go Dolphins chant going. And they got booed out of the damn
We have it
stadium.
on the vlog. Literally, they were trying to get the chants going before the game, and they got booed out of the stadium with the Let's Go Fins.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's awesome. So one thing I wanted to bring up, too, run game not getting off yesterday. We didn't really see till the second quarter any designed Allen runs, and I feel like that first drive, he ripped like 30 yards. Should we be getting more involved in the run game early? It just seemed, we've said this before. I feel like this was a point last year is where, we kind of don't start running with Josh until it's like emergency mode, like break glass in case of emergency, Josh Allen run time.
And see, even that, then it's predictable as well. So it's really
but I agree.
Questions need to be answered.
We need to get some draw action in the backfield. I'm telling you, they're going fins up here on South Beach.
You're like
it's
Chicken
insane.
Little, the sky is falling down.
But
that might have been McDaniel driving by again.
So we have to talk about this.
Yes,
it's way more important than any talking point. Did Mike McDaniel really go to elbow room last night after the win?
It appears he at least drove by, and I don't know if he honked. I don't know what he did, but yeah, that's you see this that he was there. Let's
the picture, Slick, and I can confirm. I mean, that is the corner adjacent to elbow room. The question is, was the timing at what the reporter was saying? It was also like an NFL memes account, so it was tough to tell. But it didn't look like a Photoshop or anything.
It didn't look like a Photoshop, and it looked like a nice car. And there was Bills fan in the shot. I mean, I've been there since
there was an angry Bills fan in the shot.
I've been there since Thursday. Yeah. That was absolutely the corner. When that photo was taken, I don't know. I will say, if that was last night and McDaniel lives anywhere outside of Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood,
we got a video.
Breaking news. We got breaking news, right?
We got a video.
No, we got breaking news. I'm sorry. We got breaking news over this. I just got the text. The New York, this is according to source. Pull this up on Twitter. This was just texted to me, so if it's wrong, I blame the person. Giants fire Brian Dable.
What?
That's what I just got texted.
Do we bring him home?
Dable. Oh my God,
bro,
Jesus.
Stop.
Adam Schefter. Sources.
Okay, so it's official. So a lot of people, are you telling me right now that the Bills Mafia narrative just changed live here on Trainwreck today, boys? This is why you go live. This is why you do it every day.
Oh, wow.
The talking point is now a reality. Do you bring back Brian Dable? And don't even tell me for a second that, he doesn't like McDermott. He's not going to, anyone gets a job in the NFL, they'll do anything.
It's not off the table. At least bringing him back in some way, some shape or form.
I would be intrigued. Now, if you would have told me this a couple years ago, I would have said, no chance, get this guy as far away from Buffalo as possible. But the passing game is kind of a mess. This is the one guy that kind of turned Josh Allen into Josh Allen. I think Sean McDermott definitely
They're
would be more open to it than in the past, but I can't see the Bills ever doing anything.
The bottom line is this is what I'm doing if I'm Terry Pagula, okay? I see that he's available. I know Joe Brady's struggling. I'm not going to cuck Joe Brady. I'm not going to say he's still the OC. I am going to Daboll's people today. How much do I have to pay to get him in as an offensive specialist coordinator for the remainder of the season? I don't care if it's $5 million. Seriously, no, we need to get him in for the remainder of the season.
A receiver coach or something. I'm intrigued. I mean, what do you got to lose at this point? For real.
What does he have to lose? It's not like anyone else is necessarily picking him up right now.
Yeah. Okay, so other breaking news real quick. As of 11 minutes ago, in a press conference, someone asked McDaniel if that was him. So I haven't heard this.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. This is breaking too.
Probably like the good old days. Go back trust, the internet and the images, because it is pretty detailed. That I do live in that area, but I mean, AI, right?
So he didn't answer the question.
So he was there.
Was that you?
So are you confirming or denying?
I mean, I live in that area. AI is real.
He's such a troll.
Oh my God.
That was 1,000% him, and he's just being.
I want to say this right now. If he lives anywhere outside of Lauderdale, Delray Beach, or like Hollywood, he is the biggest loser.
He went way out of his way.
Because that's not a quick trip. I was in that area. I went back to the same area. That was a 45 to 50 minute cab ride from the stadium. Not sure how traffic was when he was leaving, and not sure.
He does live in Fort Lauderdale.
I'm not sure how packed out. Okay, if he's in Lauderdale,
he said he lived in the area.
Who knows where he actually does? But if it says he lives in Lauderdale, I
will just say Lauderdale.
No, that elbow room was probably dusted and empty. So I'm not really sure what he thought he was doing. If so, he's a loser regardless. And bro, you're probably getting fired at the end of the season regardless too. So not sure why you're trolling. Makes no sense. I wish it were colder here.
Well, he's feeling himself. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much a wrap on the
good way to kick off our rest of the NFL talk. I was going to say, Don.
Yeah. Did we call it or what? With the Panthers?
I listen, this is inexcusably dumb. I hit the 3 times, so I don't feel stupid, like completely dumb. But the fact that I didn't have half of my mortgage life savings on this Meow Mix fade yesterday makes me sick.
Yeah, 5.5. They Saints with the points, and they beat them. I would even say borderline blowout. The Panthers couldn't do anything against them.
You could have taken the reverse line and made some serious monies. Yeah. And it's kind of sickening that we did it and forgot.
We got that. We got Colts. JT, what does he have? Like 6 games with multiple touchdowns? I think he has three touchdown games. I mean,
I think the Colts, this was kind of like their 2011 Bills Washington win, where the Bills kind of had a last hurrah that season. I cannot see the Colts being a real team.
You keep saying that.
I have not. No, I have not last ride. I only last ride them once when they.
No, not the last hurrah. The 2011 comparison, though.
But what are the Colts right now? 8-2.
It's still on par. Gotta say too.
Yeah.
Gotta say the cash cow Colts go to overtime and still cover 5.5.
I mean, covering 5.5 in OT is when you don't get the ball first is insane.
Truly incredible.
I think the Colts are good.
If you saw the pass Daniel Jones made to set up that field goal to tie it, it's a good pass. Again, he's got receivers, but
like we gotta start having a talk. Like Kansas City's 5-4, Baltimore's 4-5, the Bills are 6-3, the Bengals are missing the playoffs. Like there's gonna be a team or two in the AFC that we don't respect. That's gonna make a deep run in the playoffs. It might be the Patriots, it might be the Colts, it might be the Broncos, And how angry will Bills fans be if one of those 3 teams ends up in the Super Bowl this year after our situation folded the way it did?
And on the flip side, everything you just said applies to why if the Bills played a bad 60 minutes yesterday, they aren't buried yet. Like they're still 6-3. They still have games up on those teams.
I'm just shocked, Maniac, as the guy that loves to recreationally listen to this is our Colts, this is our team, yeah, that you're not high on them. I thought.
I mean, listen, I am so happy for my guys Seth DeFlo, but again, I have to give credit, even though I do think they're bottoming out. When I look up at them in the standings, like I'm a little nervous. Like I can't be, worshiping a guy who's up in the standings. Like he's got it better than me. I like into flow when they're like in the hunt. Like that's my guy. Like, like, Nurr! But yeah, no, like, I mean, Daniel Jones, the bottom line, here's the real question. Is any team playing in the playoffs fearful of Daniel Jones at this point?
They're fearful of the offensive line and the running game.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, but, this isn't 1978. You're going to take that away.
But can you take it away? Is it a guarantee?
I mean, if overtime they get the ball back, they just ran the ball like 6 times in a row and got an easy touchdown. So everyone in the mud knew that was going to happen. That's the question. Like, there's something to be said about being like, yeah, we're predictable, but we're going to punch you in the mouth and we're still going to score anyway. So who cares?
Big hog football.
Yeah.
The meat package.
Yeah, so they're for real. And you know who else I think is for real on the NFC side? I think the Rams are being, people aren't as high on them as they should be. Maybe that was 2 weeks ago. Maybe everyone's high on them now. But you look at the NFC, they may not have what's their record right now?
We talk about the same division. You got the Seahawks at 7-2.
Yeah.
Putting up a 40 burger against Arizona yesterday. And Arizona actually looked pretty good with Jacoby Brissett the last week. I'm not saying that really meant anything for my stock, but yeah, that's the NFC West looking crazy over there a little bit. That's the Charger, or I'm sorry, the Rams, like you said, still in there. And then it's not like the Niners have a terrible record now. But, well, what is it? It's 6-4 still. I mean, that's a powerhouse division at the moment.
Right. Yeah. 4:00 slate. I was trying to wash my mouth of this Bills game, and it was just click, 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 blowout, blowout, blowout. I think there were only 3-4 games on, and they were all just complete blowouts. So, yeah, NFL kind of turned on its head. At least the AFC, like you said, it's kind of been turned on its head this year. So we're gonna have to see where things shake.
The other thing I got going in the group chat, just speaking of the overall NFL. You said it, Don. Like the Rams could be a dark horse to make a Super Bowl this year. The Colts definitely could make a run. Is any team right now saying 100% for sure we're going to be in the Super Bowl? Because last year around this time, the Chiefs were definitely saying it. They ended up in the Super Bowl. It just seems like it's a lot more wide open this year. And if, again, you have to find a way to do it. But if the Bills start playing their best football now, they could still be leaving the stable.
Yeah, I think last year everyone was all in on the Lions making the Super Bowl, but they choked in the playoffs. So, I mean, that goes to show. We'll have to see. Colts get to the playoffs. They still have
oh my God,
they still have a younger team, at least in terms of other, JT. Daniel Jones, he's a veteran, but he's never really been to the playoffs.
That one time.
Oh yeah, that's right. Vikings. The one that Dable made. Speaking of Dable, yeah, we got. Every Instagram people are all over.
Just tweeted a photo of Josh Allen sitting next to Brian Dable, so I'm sure that will be the trending topic of the day.
Yeah, we got everyone in Insta. Dable needs to come back. BOC Blitz 7 says Joe Brady better start learning Chinese. Not sure what that means.
Whoa, inappropriate.
This isn't the NBA, brother. So. That about recaps the NFL. Now, looking at our other football, though, the one bright spot, UB Bulls.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Maybe not so bright, though.
Well, we stand a Buffalo sports team that hasn't lost in the last 100 hours. Let's go.
But maybe not so bright. What's going on with Pete Lembo's
But Coach Lembo might have taken a slight owl here.
Lembo always preaches ball security, and I think when he gets to the next practice, the players are going to be talking about account security. It's like, because I mean, first off, the for real and the FR in this tweet, by the way, could have got away with it if it wasn't for the FR.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, once I was like, what the heck? He's bragging about a new car. Okay. For grateful. I took that leap and gave crypto a real shot. I saw that. I saw the lock on his profile, and I'm like, oh. Oh no, another one.
Mad funny that I'm pretty sure he didn't even promote a crypto, right? He just said he got rich off crypto.
No, there is an account tag.
There's an account. There's a crypto account.
We're not gonna give him the clout though.
Yeah, that it tags basically that this account helped him get the car or whatever. Just wild stuff. And then speaking of wild stuff, we got on the script the Miami Heat's coach. So house burns down. There's rumors this is his ex-girlfriend allegedly.
So I was told this the day it happened because I'm obviously down in the area, and then Maniac tells me that it was his ex-girlfriend that's the alleged perpetrator here.
Yeah,
Alleged.
In Buffalo. Did not know if you guys knew that.
Did not know that. Eric Spoelstra was born in Buffalo.
Wow, no, I didn't know that either. That's crazy. Well, and I saw a photo.
So
of
you
this
guys
player,
were doing some sleuthing.
I saw a photo of this player. This was like your house is gone fire. This wasn't just like a small one.
Yeah, like sometimes they have to decide like should we rebuild it or
the house is
you got a lot.
Yeah. So I hope he's got like really good insurance or whatever. I don't know how that gets taken care of, especially if that's a crime. So
yeah,
insane, but kind of crazy that's happening while we're all down on the South Beach. Other crazy NBA news. I saw this the other day. Oh, we got a photo here.
Yeah, it was burned from the inside. Like it's kind of wild. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean that's.
Incorrection. Wasn't born in Buffalo, but
not alleged. Well, allegedly. But other crazy stuff going on in the NBA as well, Don. Oh my God, yeah, that house is
done.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, you said Giannis stops a robbery.
Yeah, so he came to a game, something practice with a black eye, and reporters called him out on it. He was at the grocery store. Allegedly, this man tries to snatch woman's purse, and Giannis basically went like Jackie Chan on his ass, and put him in a chokehold until authorities arrived. Good guy Giannis. So love to see that. I hate to see the black eye from him, but stopping crime out in Milwaukee.
Yeah. All right, we got Dawson Z on Instagram. Did you talk about Dable yet? Could he come back? Yeah, we talked about it. And
I can't even tell you how much this game sucked. If we had just won 21-10, boring game, a couple of highlights, we could have talked about all the great stuff, like the ESPN apologies for the Solitaire app, all the other stuff going on in South Beach. Instead, we had to focus on like the flaccid nature of the Buffalo Bills. The Bills robbed us. I mean, I guess we'll still have time for that down the line, but I just feel like we got robbed by this game. That's all. That's my final button on it.
Yeah, we'd be laughing about the Dable firing. Now we're like, maybe. Yeah, so we'll see. I'm not surprised he comes back shape or form. But yeah, so we got Mina. She apologized. Any other about this solitaire, this hacky solitaire app they're pushing? I mean,
yeah, like so we were kind of like talking about it in the chat. I mean, she tweeted out, she kind of took accountability for it. She also did it during the Saturday evening, rush of like all the news where maybe it's kind of gets swept under the rug. But yeah, that was kind of the first person to admit fault, Don.
Yeah, I haven't seen any other apologies, but yeah, Chris clocking in. What's up, Chris? Yeah, major power move. They're
it's low-key. It's like, how can something be a blessing and a curse? It's like, it's great that it's good weather. It's also the last place on earth I want to be right now.
Yeah, we're just soaking up every hour because we're kind of like stuck here at the moment. I'm catching a flight in a few hours, but I don't mind the heat. It's definitely better than what I'm coming back to.
Well, right on. Speaking of heat, let's go over to recap our prediction with conviction. I survived. Slick wants out.
Yeah, I stink.
Well, we're gonna, sometimes you have to shut down something to make sure it's running the right way. So I think we need to do a shutdown this week until this weekend on prediction with conviction and figure out a solution. Slick's like 3 behind at this point, and he's like crying every day. Don can't lose now, and I have to do too. So first off, we got to play catch up. We got to figure out the mustard of it all. The one thing I will tease is stay tuned for something this Thursday.
All right. Yeah. I think I know what that's about. Yeah, we got some punishments to make up. Yeah, I have one. Zach's got two. Sook's got three. I propose something to kind of open this up, like you said. All year long, it's been underdogs, right? What if we open it up to just win? Just pick a line, pick a total, pick a favorite, anything. Just pick an even minus 110.
Yeah.
Eh?
I don't know. I don't know, man. We got to discuss. We got to circle back.
Yeah. There's no confidence. Or I also said this in our text messages.
No, I was seeing a lot of favorites this week.
By the way, UCF like barely lost. I mean, I didn't get slaughtered.
Yeah, we
BYU. Never even got off the bus.
I was on UCF, and honestly, they should have won if they didn't throw that terrible.
UCF should have been a game that ended up like 2017 UCF, but both teams lost their brain for 15 minutes or for like 12 or no, literally 9 minutes in the second quarter and put up 35 points.
Yeah, and also in yesterday's text, I did say we could flip it where Slick to win has to lose. So
to be honest, if you tell Slick that he has to lose, we may create the greatest gambler of all time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We create the fade god, and if he loses, he wins.
I like that. You could be the fade god. Maybe that's a nice little term.
Maybe.
Look at that. You became a deity out of all your losing.
Should we bring back J-Guard?
Yeah, bring back J-Guard. There's only one way to go forward, and that's to go back.
Start hating in the chat right now.
But we'll have some solutions, and we're gonna get some content for the people. We know they need it.
And if you tail my picks anyway, thus until now, and you're pissed at me, you can always call into our crash outline, producer Don.
Yeah. Speaking of which, crash outline. Let's give that a little spot. Call in 716-226-6263. Throw a *67 before that number if you want to have a private call. Don't worry, though. We don't leak any numbers, any names, any personal information, anything like that.
14 comments in 90 seconds on the day bowl.
Yeah. I'm kind of shocked that we don't have a call today. You know, we've gotten calls all week after.
I think it was such a depressing episode. Like, it's like, what do you even crash about? You don't know where to begin.
Yeah, it might take a couple days to register and actually let me know what they want to crash out about. Don't crash out on mine. Crash out on our line.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Instagram or McDermott has to go to win a championship. Yeah, that's about what today is all about.
You know what? To be honest, I think we're kind of doing the wind down of the show here. Great time to start just saying this is the year, because nobody for the next 100 hours is going to be saying it in Western New York. This is the year.
Yeah, you're trying to buy low.
Oh my God, you're literally buying a penny stock right now, as far as opinion goes.
Yeah. Well,
this is the year.
When do the Sabres play? Because they stink too.
Wednesday against Utah.
All right, Wednesday in
Plus
Utah.
900 to win the Super Bowl right now. Just saying.
Great. Yeah, we got.
But that's not a massive change. They were like plus 600. It's massive that they're now fourth. Like, other teams are in the mix with them. So again, I always look on the bright side, but they don't call me Mr. Brightside.
Did you guys watch the Sabres game at all versus the Canes?
I watched some highlights. Glad to see Tuck and Thompson scored when we were down 4-1. They needed to get off the schneid. So it's massive of them. Great job, boys, to try and get us back in that.
Any thoughts on the Sabres, Bunt?
It's a mess.
It's
a mess.
But no, let's talk about something important as we wind down the show. Lembo got hacked. We have a massive conference game on Wednesday night at CMU. Are we worried about UB's headsets getting hacked, Bunt?
I'm not worried about the headsets, but I'll say this. I think CMU is a 1.5 favorite. To me, that screams UB victory. So I feel confident the Bulls are going to get another dub this Wednesday. But the MAC standings right now, they're tight. There's like 4 to 6 teams that have a chance to go to the championship at this point. So CMU is going to be hard. Then you got Miami, Ohio, and then Ohio University. That is going to be a tough stretch for the Bulls.
Yeah.
They're going to have to win their way in if they make it to Detroit for sure.
Yeah, maybe he gave away his Twitter. He's like, I don't even want to be in there. I got to be locked in the film room. Like,
Great time to lock in.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we got our guy Bove. I'm sorry, I can't resist the Dable talk right now.
Okay, it's a drug.
Bove, I'm not exaggerating. He should be on the Bills staff by the end of the week. Man, we're down.
Wait, was he watching Trainwreck today and basically just stole my take?
Yeah, I mean, but
take steps. Who do I file? Who do I file? What authority do I alert?
Send to CND.
This is just wild. If we win this game, does anyone care about Brian Dable? Like, it just shows how, like,
no,
100. It shows what a week-to-week league is. Think about last Monday, top of the world.
Yeah, beat the Chiefs.
Monday,
we're
bottom of the gutter.
That last Monday feeling didn't last long because then it went to trade deadline Tuesday and everybody missed that big during that whole.
Yeah.
I think even if we beat the Dolphins, people would be calling for Dable to come back even after this year.
Can I tell you the biggest reason that this is the year?
So let's hear it.
Everyone has been miserable the whole time. Like week one, even with an ecstasy of like the Ravens comeback, it was like, well, we kind of suck and got like owned the whole game. Then we beat the Jets. We're like, everyone beats the Jets. From there on, when we beat the Dolphins, we didn't do it good enough. The Saints, people were mad when we were 4-0. People were literally mad when we were 4-0. So yeah, now we're 6-3. There's a lot to be more reasonably miserable about. But fans have been miserable this whole season. So all the more reason it's going to be the one we look back on so fondly.
I hope so.
That'll be the one that we missed the playoffs and then fire the coaching staff.
Yeah.
No in between.
Yeah, it really can just go either way.
Well, look back to 2007. Tom Coughlin was close to getting fired before that playoff run.
Yeah. I mean, I've said it before. Like Peterson wins the Super Bowl, gets fired 2 years later. So, anything can change, anything can happen. I'm going to be keeping my ear or my eyes on Twitter for more Dable talk. This is going to be
Ryan Talbot, senior offensive assistant Brian Dable has a nice video. I'm telling you, boys, I should be getting like at least 99 cents for these takes.
It's royalties.
But appreciate you. There's no price we can put on everyone tuning in to Trainwreck today, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon. It's like, doesn't matter whether we're in South Beach, doesn't matter whether we're in Hamburg, it never stops.
Tell my mama that I'm coming home.
Yeah, and I can't wait for Friday to talk about this Trainwreck tracker because I might have a new addition that, and Mike might be safe. We'll see. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in.
Huge shout out to Mike getting in the saddle with us.
Debut in the live studio. Any last shout outs, last words?
It's never as bad as you think it is. It's never as good as you think it is. Feel tough with the Bills right now. Who knows? Maybe Maniac's right. Maybe they'll end up making a surprise run.
Right on. Well, thank you everybody for your comments, hopping in the chat and going through it with us today. Call the crash out line, let it out. Go Bills, go Sabres, and everybody have a good day now.